Hello everyone. Today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter 4, human development. In this chapter we will study about different aspects of development and especially of human development, different views of various scholar, more importantly two scholar, then the pillar of human development, then various approaches of human development, then human development index report presented by UN, that is United Nations Development Program, and the rank of various countries and our country on the basis of this report. So all these key issues or key terms we will study in this chapter. So let's begin. So first is growth and development. So both growth and development refers to changes over a period of time. That is how a particular place or a country or a state or a region it changes with respect to time or over a period of time. So the difference is that growth is quantitative and very neutral, while development is qualitative. That is, growth can be positive or negative, while development will always be positive. So, for example, if the population of a city grows from 1 lakh to 2 lakh over a period of time, we will say city has grown. We will not say that city has been developed, developed or development has taken place. When the city will provide better access to different resources, better infrastructure facilities, facilities, health and health and education facility, then we can say the city has been developed. So development is a qualitative change. It is always in positive terms, while growth can be quantitative change, that is positive or negative. So for many decades a country's development process was measured only in terms of economic growth. That is, that the bigger of the economy of the country, the more developed it was considered, even though the growth did not really mean much change in the life of most of the people. So the idea that quality of life enjoy in a country, the opportunities they have and freedom they enjoy are important aspect of development, uh, of human development. So there were two scholars of South Asian economists, that is one from India and one from Pakistan, that is Amartya Sen. He was a Nobel laureate and he was from India, from West Bengal, and other is Mehboob ul Haq. He was from Pakistan, and he was also the finance minister in Pakistan during the period of 1985 to 1988. So the concept of human development was introduced by Dr. Mehboob ul Haq. He described human development as development that enlarges people's choice and improve their lives. So people are central approach to all development under this concept. So the basic goal of development is to create condition where people can live meaningful lives. A meaningful life is not just a long one, it must be a life with some purpose, with some opportunity, with various factors involving like health, education, and gross income or per capita incomes. So this concept is taken by the United Nations to give its first report in 1990, that is Human Development Index. So in this picture you can say the two girls are talking, they are discussing what is a meaningful life. So for various persons there are different aspects of a meaningful life. For a girl it can be the freedom, for a poor children it can be the food provided by the state or the government, and for an old person, health can be good health can be a meaningful life, and there are many concepts for meaningful life for different persons. So access to resources, health, education are the key areas for the human development. Very often people do not have the capability or freedom to make choices. This may be due to inability of acquire knowledge, or poverty, or social discrimination, inefficiency of institution, and other reasons. Institution here refers to the state or the governance that provide the basic facilities to its citizens. So this prevents them from leading healthy lives. So next is the four pillar of human development. So the main four pillar of human development are equity, sustainability, productivity, and empowerment. Equity refers to making equal access or equal opportunities available to everybody, so without discrimination to any caste, color, race, income, or religion, giving equal opportunity to its citizen. It's a duty for a state or a government. Then next is sustainability. So sustainability means continuity or continuous access of opportunity or availability of opportunity. So to have sustainable human development, each generation must have same opportunities. That is, all environmental, financial, and human resources must be used keeping in mind the future. So misuse of any these resources will lead to fewer opportunity for future generation. So next is productivity. Productivity here means human labor or in terms of human work. So productive must be constantly enriched by building capability in people, that is making them skillful, and ultimately it's people who are the real wealth of a nation. So next is empowerment. Empowerment means to have the power to make choices. Such powers come from giving freedom and increasing capabilities. So and people oriented policies, that government or state should make those policies which empower the people or which give them equal access to resources, and which continue give the production, or which continue give the employment to their people, so they can have a better life, or they can grow as a human development pillars. So thank you children, that's all for today.